Miami, 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 Miami. It feel like Miami.
Hey, man. Why are you laughing, bro? We just started the show, man.
I cannot fucking believe them. I cannot fucking believe them. And I've seen a lot of shit. I've covered this team for 10 years. I've been a fan my whole life. I'm 31 years old. I've seen a lot of versions of Heat teams. I've seen every game of the Jimmy Butler era. I've seen it all. And they found new ways to piss me off. And a team with championship aspirations shouldn't be pissing off their fan base on a night where 3 of their starters are out and they're playing on the second night of a back-to-back. It shouldn't be that way. And yet, I'm watching a game where I don't understand anyone's thought process, starting from the coach, down to the star player, down to the role players. I don't feel like anybody had their fucking head on their shoulder, except for maybe Kevin Love.
Kyle Lowry was pretty good.
I don't even know about him, and I'm the guy who'll fucking defend Kyle to hell and back. But welcome to the Miami Heat Postgame Show. I'm your host, Giancarlo Navas. With me today, we got the intern Pablo. And tonight, we talk about the Miami Heat's loss to the Chicago Bulls 116-124. Happiness is dead, as the Chiron says. Chat, you don't look happy. I'm not happy. I don't know if Pablo's happy, but nobody should be happy. That was a fucking embarrassment. Pablo, let's start with the beginning of the game. They go down, and I looking this up on Cleaning the Glass, Ben Folk's website. They were down 6,000 points in the first half. Incredible. And they went on, I'm looking right here, a 5,094 to nothing run.
Okay. Yeah,
so
sounds about right.
That.
Mm-hmm.
It was really a 38-8 run. And Pablo, they made us think we're so back.
It's always the picture, the sudden urge to say we're back, and we were not back.
And it was over. I got a text from Sports Illustrated's Rohan Nedkardi saying, this is Rohan. This is established media person. This is journalist of the highest order working for Sports Illustrated, one of the most decorated publications for sports. And he just goes, I'm done with basketball. Just that's all he texts. I'm done with basketball.
Fucking A, dude. Like, bro, I was just watching the game, right? And as soon as the Bulls went up 8-0, I knew it was over. After it's just, bro, no one had energy. Like, imagine your whole starting lineup getting benched for Thomas Bryant, RJ Hampton, our G League team basically on the bench.
And Thomas Bryant should have played because Orlando was so bad.
Orlando Robinson looked like he didn't belong. And it was Vucevic. Yeah, Vucevic like babied him in that third quarter, respectfully.
I like what Calais you said. It goes halftime hit, and Spo said, "Let's go out and run the exact same shit we did in the first." That's exactly what happened. It's just like, you know that shit that didn't work?
Let's try it again. Let's do it again.
Let's run it back, boys. We love to run shit back down here. Let's go run that shit back.
Bro.
It's just upsetting, Pablo, because, again, let's be reasonable. Second night of a back-to-back. Out 3 starters. They're playing their 15th guy, right? They're going all the way. Spo's reaching his hand all the way to the bottom of the bag, and he pulled out an onion ring. And that onion ring was RJ Hampton. It was supposed to be fries, and he got the lone onion ring.
No.
And, you know, it was kind of nice. It's like, oh, what a surprise. What a nice surprise. An onion ring. I didn't ask for this, but
he wasn't bad. Like,
yeah, it wasn't bad. It's like, oh, that was delightful. But you only have one. And that's it. It's a fleeting moment. It's just a moment that comes, and then once it's gone, it's gone. And then you look again, and you're like, wow, that was a bad pass that Kyle Lowry gave Orlando Robinson, who also didn't even make a play on the fucking ball.
I still don't know what to make because that second quarter we made a huge run with Jaime balled out. Jaime's always
At the
balling
end of
out.
the quarter. And Pablo, they closed the third quarter very strong too.
Yeah, it was I remember, if I remember correctly, we scored 32 points in the third quarter while the Bulls scored 33. So we were still only down 5 entering the fourth. And then third quarter happened once more. Jimmy has like 2 points in the fourth quarter. He looked like he didn't want to be there. And then just no one had energy, and I feel like the only one with energy was Jaime. I feel like him, Kevin Love too. Kevin Love, he was really good today. He was hustling out there. And
Kyrie says we got an onion ring and the Bulls got an extra large fry.
Ayo Dosunmu, baby.
Yeah, man. He was upsetting. I mean, and I mean, we don't have to spend too much on Chicago. And listen, the Bulls played well. Obviously, like I thought, Vucevic in that third quarter, Miami did not have an answer.
Nothing
Miami could not get stops was the
at
other
all.
thing. And Miami's half court offense was abysmal in that game. It was so bad. I'm going to pull up the numbers right now.
The crazy part is we didn't even
Somehow they
shoot
had
bad.
100 offensive rating in the half court. That's insane to me. Eye test does not pass that in transition. Miami was quite good on the night, but half court wise, I didn't see it. Miami did. Again, they put up 116 points, but it was just the kinds of shots that they were getting.
Yeah.
Pablo. It's like at the end of that game, and I tweeted this out. I was just so mad at this offensive possession where Kyle cannot beat Kobe White off the dribble, which is just infuriating. It's like, bro, that's Kobe White. That's like the guy you should be able to be off the dribble. So he doesn't beat off the dribble. And then Polter goes and says, Kyle going 2 miles an hour trying to create rim pressure. Yeah, exactly. And he's 38 years old in the second night of the back-to-back.
Yeah.
And he's played like every game this season. I think he's played every game this season except for like one or two because everybody's fucking hurt. So every guy is exhausted because they've just fucking played a bunch because the other guys are all hurt. And Kyle can't beat this guy. Jimmy gets the ball. He has DeRozan on him. DeRozan, Pablo, a famously awful defender.
And he can't do fucking shit.
Bails him out by posting him up because he's a big guy. And Jimmy doesn't have too much of a size advantage. And then fucking passes the ball out for a Kevin Love 40-footer.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they weren't letting Jimmy get to his spots easily as well because every time he would touch the ball, they sent someone at him. And that's what was leading to Kevin Love threes. And you look at the stats, we shot 44% from three. Those are games you're supposed to win. You don't just shoot 44% and lose.
Kyle gave you 17 tonight and 1 turnover. That's really good. Like, take those. Caleb gave you 17 and 11. Fakest, your rookie, 22. Kevin Love gives you 16 and 9. Right? Kevin Love, 3 for 8 from 3. Kyle, 4 for 9. Duncan Robinson, 3 for 6. Caleb Martin, 3 for 4. Fakest, 1 for 4. And RJ Hampton, 1 for 1. Right? So you get even the little RJ Hampton boost. And chat's like 1 turnover. Lowry's lucky that those passes only resulted in 1 turnover. I actually 100% agree.
I agree too.
Like Kyle had like a nice little stat line, but I don't think he played well. Like,
wow.
I think that he played well to get them back in the game in the second, kind of that late second quarter. But I don't think he generally played well for the game. I was not a fan of his game tonight. I thought Duncan was getting absolutely handled defensively. Yeah. I thought that was one of his worst defensive performances. They were smoking him. They were not only smoking him, they were actively looking for him when Vucevic wasn't just causing fucking mayhem.
Yeah, it's the zone really wasn't working either. So they really had they couldn't go man. Because if you go man with Orlando Robinson, they're just going to go every time in that first half. It was just pick and roll after pick and roll with Kobe White. And Kobe White ate in that first half. And then if you go zone, Vucevic was just cooking in the middle. And that's where Bam comes in. And that's where Bam is extremely needed. And Highsmith. Without those two, our defense is fucking bad, bro. Like, it's not even that it's like passable. Like, today we just got cooked inside the paint. and there was nothing we can do about it. It was just like Alf said, bro, layup lines in there.
Just layup lines. And chat's mad. I mean, I see chats like exposed like his kind of weird timeout decisions. Other people are kind of complaining about Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy's finishing is just not good this year.
Mm-mm.
It hasn't looked good. He had a lot of just fucking like just
Bad
coughed up
shots, man.
layups.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. I'm just like, who are you? And I know
6 for
that
15.
listen, it's a game in this it's mid-December. I'm not gonna hold this over Jimmy, but 54 fucking percent shooting at the rim is inexcusable, bro.
Yeah,
It
especially
is
when you pride yourself in finishing at finishing in like at the rim, where he's always done his damage, post up, pump fake, layup. And
60.
this year he hasn't been doing it like as much, and he hasn't had success. Like 54% is it should be up in the 60s in my opinion.
You know the fucked up thing, and I saw chat that I brought up this point where they said trying to find the comment. Karate situation said I put Jimmy, Kevin, and Kyle all in the same camp defensively. At least Lowry and Kevin make plays.
Yeah,
Jimmy's not doing the listen. Jimmy's up obviously like Jimmy's not a bum defensively, right?
no,
Like
no,
he's not.
he
He's just not playing up to the standard. Like tonight should have been a night where you don't got it defensively and your best player turns it up and is like, oh, we've seen Jimmy guard bigger guys. I'm gonna fucking. I mean, when a big guy's killing you, what you got to do is you cannot let Chicago get into early offense because Vucevic was getting great position, like you said, against the zone. They were setting up their zone. Vuce was getting great position. You got to go away from that. When that's not working, you got to make sure the game gets slowed down. You got to better your process on offense, get to the free throw line so that you can set your defense. And you got to front, help, recover. Right? And
fundamentals
yeah,
of defense is
of
just
Miami Heat basketball.
yeah. And then and to talk about defense, the Bulls only had 5 turnovers.
They only
And
had 5 turnovers.
they only had 5 turnovers, and all the starters had 0 except DeRozan. DeRozan had 3 turnovers. Bench 2 turnovers. Just like when and I don't know what to say about this defense. It's like ever since Bam has gone away, the defense has been bad. And same with
Well,
Highsmith.
well, because like you're playing all drop, right?
Yeah.
You're not switching your bigs at all. And with Bam, at least you play some drop, some switch, whatever.
Hmm.
You hedge Love, and Love. I don't think he's been like that bad,
No,
but
he's old.
There's a play that Love's in rotation. That's like a disaster when Love is like in rotation on that corner man. A lot of times, Duncan is kind of between two shooters on the wing, and he's like, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like it's just a lot of those little breakdowns, and you're just like, oh well. And Miami in that late in that third quarter, I thought they were very fortunate to even get back in the game.
Yep.
Because Chicago missed a lot of gimmies. They had that one possession where they had like 3 offensive rebounds and they didn't score off
And
of
they
it.
didn't do shit with it.
They had a couple. DeRozan had an open 3, although DeRozan's a bad shooter.
Yeah,
Some of those other guys had open 3s that they didn't get, and they got fortunate. And Miami got back in the game because at least they understood this. We got to fucking run. And they got the rebounds and they got some nice easy buckets. Jimmy got a dunk. Caleb got a finish. I think Kyle got a 3 off one of those as well in transition, or Kevin or whatever. And that's how they cooked, and that's how they got back in the game the second time. But that started with stops, and their defense tonight, no stops. That 124 to Chicago is, without Levine, inexcusable.
Yeah, man, and it's also with like the players are stepping up for Chicago, and we're not gonna discredit that. Kobe White, Ayo, they all stepped up tonight and had a huge game.
It wasn't even DeRozan, right? Because
no,
like
not DeRozan. Yeah, DeRozan didn't do shit today. Really,
he had a normal game. 23 on 42% shooting.
11
with the
free
turnovers
throws.
that you said.
He had 11 free throws.
That's the DeMar DeRozan thing. Maybe a little high, kind of at this phase in his career, but got to the line. He had a good game. DeMar played 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Kobe White played 40 minutes.
It was Vucevic in that third quarter because he ended up with 24, but I think 17 of his points came in that third quarter, and he had 12 rebounds. I think our leading rebounder was Caleb Martin.
There was I think in the second half, Orlando Robinson got a rebound, and Eric Reed's like, that is Orlando Robinson's first rebound of the game.
Yes.
And I was like,
wow.
What?
I think Orlando Robinson had 2 rebounds on the game.
Say psych. Shit was annoying, man.
Man,
To your point about the Bulls, let's talk about them for a quick moment. You had guys like Caruso just didn't
he got hurt.
he got hurt, so he was not in the game. That was supposed to be his tryout. Vucevic, played a ton, killed you. Pat Williams didn't have a great game,
He
but
shot from fucking 50 and made it like twice.
he did. He was 2 for 5 from three, but just in general, not. And defensively, I thought defensively he was more felt than any Heat guy. But Dosunmu was cooking you, especially in the second half. And Pablo, you brought this up because you sent this graphic to me. That was last game.
That was fucking.
That was a couple days ago. Dosunmu had 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 blocks, 0 steals, 26 minutes.
Tonight, 24 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists on 10 of 12 shooting.
Just come on, man. Just Tony Snell out there
Yeah,
the other day and coming back with a fucking vengeance against a random scrub Heat killer lives on.
Does he join the top 10? Because tonight was crazy.
Not after one game, bro. Come on.
I don't know, man.
Come on. You didn't. Come on. Marcus Thornton. Does that ring a bell?
That does. Kings.
Those are the random scrub Heat killer Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Vucevic is a known Heat killer too.
What was the guy? The guy in Washington.
I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
That guy. Chat, can you help me out? Who is that Washington? Who is that Wizards player? That absolutely Garrison Matthews? Was that it?
I think it was Garrison Matthews. Yes,
yeah, man.
Garrison Matthews.
Random scrub Heat killer Hall of Fame. I once did a story, Pablo, many years ago. Garrison Matthews, yeah. I did a story many years ago on MiamiHeatBeat.com. It was about the random scrub Heat killer, and I kind of pulled. My main focus was Marcus Thornton. How Marcus Thornton, when he played the Heat, had shooting comparable to Steph Curry.
That's so nuts, bro. And I remember
in attempts, in range, and in percentage. And I was like, that's just not fair.
This guy right here.
Terrence Ross. Yeah, Terrence T. Ross.
Chris Middleton is a GOAT of GOATs when it comes to Heat killers too, bro.
Nah, but he's not a random scrub Heat killer.
Yeah, but he's just a consistent Heat killer.
Like, out of the good players, it's like Ben Gordon, another Bull. Ben Gordon always fucked them.
Yeah.
Kirk Heinrich always was a fucking pain in the ass, bro.
Yeah.
I know Dwayne.
TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell.
Yeah, that's random scrub Heat killer. Yeah, Monty Morris. Yeah. No, that's a good. Garrison Matthews was annoying. It's like, who are you, bro?
Oh my god, bro! It's just like Bobby Portis too. Just be having games against us.
Yesterday, by the way, chat was one of the first. That was the time I missed hangover time the most because I really wish we could have done something with that Bobby clip of Bobby going absolutely ape shit and Giannis going into. I just know that hangover time would have been needed for that. Really, really miss that. But yeah, chat's going Malik Monk. That's another good one. There was another guy. It was Marcus Thornton. And there was like another guy that that was like really bad. I'll try to find him. But yeah, man, Pablo. So it was just a rough night.
Ugly day. Just ugly night. Yeah.
Just an ugly night and not really much that you could do. I mean, a game that you wanted, you're going to play Chicago again on Saturday. So, you have tomorrow to rest, then you're back at it on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you don't want it's bad to drop these games to these teams that are below 500 that aren't playing so well, but
especially at home where, you finally get out of the hole that you created for yourself early in the season. You're 14-11, you lose this game and, you had a nice chance to kind of build a little bit of cushion in the East. You're 8th right now. You're behind Brooklyn and New York. You're tied with Brooklyn and New York, but you're down. You're in striking distance. Now the East, by the way, Pablo, it's kind of there's some separation. The Heat are 5 games back of the 1 seed, and really, Philly at 4 is 2 games out of 1, and pretty much everybody below Philly is 4.5 to 5 to 6 back. So Miami's kind of in that second tier of teams right now. Like the East is starting to separate. Mm-hmm.
And this was a nice, I mean, the Heat are hurt, but this would have been a kind of a time to kind of get some wins against some teams that you should have to kind of prepare for when your best players come back.
It's just with how the NBA has been the past couple of years, you have to win these games against the bad teams because it's gonna come back and haunt you once like playoff seeding comes. And with how close everything is, these games do really matter, even if it's in December. Just because one of those random games in January that you lost to like a really bad team could be the main difference as of being like the fifth seed
Yes, sir.
compared to being like the eighth seed with how the NBA has been lately. Because it's not just the first season where like teams are really close to each other record wise. It's been happening for like 2 years already. And it's just, and one more thing I wanted to point out is just this. I think this game is when they go back and film, like when they look at the film, it shows the importance of Bam, like the real importance of Bam. Because I had to watch the Bulls broadcast because I was watching it through an illegal website, and they were they were
No, we're not. We're watching things legally here, everybody. NBA, everybody. Pablo's just kidding. Pablo, you're kidding,
yeah,
right? You're just
yeah. I
joking.
was
We're
watching on
just
Bally
joking.
Sports
He's just joking.
League Pass.
He's watching on League Pass.
I was watching on League Pass.
Miami Heat
And
got Pablo League Pass. He's just kidding. We're just saying that that's a funny joke. Don't
it's
do
a
that
joke.
again.
Ha ha ha.
Don't do that again.
And they're saying how Vucevic, the last time he played against Bam, he was nowhere near the same amount of impact as he was in this game. And for me, that just opened my eyes on how important Bam is to this team. Because like Vucevic had a really good game today, but the last time they played Vucevic, he didn't do shit.
Ryan Spravero says Twitch letting people get naked now. Gee, they don't care. That is absolutely correct. I haven't seen Twitch is allowing nudity on their platform. So
That's so crazy.
listen, stay tuned for Miami Heat beat after that. if you know what I mean. Alpha will be making his return for that. Yeah, so some housekeeping announcements. I will be on 5 on the Floor post-game show on Saturday for Heat Bulls with Leif. So be on the lookout for that. We're off this weekend. We'll be back Monday for the post-game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I will do a podcast on Tuesday. I'm going to try to book Ethan Skolnick. I'm going to try to see if I can get Ethan to show up on Tuesday. So that'll be my get for next week. And then there's Orlando on Wednesday. And Mixed Bag is tentatively scheduled for Thursday next week. Ryan Spravero says this is why G's losing weight, getting ready for some PP bikinis. Listen, Pablo, you're a little young, but I went stripped on air when Kyle Lowry became a member of the Miami Heat. I just did like half the show shirtless.
That's with the dress shirt just unbuttoned.
No, I was wearing a t-shirt. I just ripped that shit off and I just did a show shirtless. And then it was kind of reverse stripping because I asked chat to send subs for me to put clothes back on.
Did it work? Did you get
chat?
subs?
You guys got to send me funny questions to ask Ethan. You guys got to be on that day so we could just ask Ethan funny questions. Just because he's a serious.
I would love to talk to Ethan again. Ethan's
my guy, man. Love you guys. Love chat. Hate the Heat tonight. This sucks.
We're not back.
We're so not back. And we'll
but Saturday we will be.
Listen, I'll see you guys Saturday. We will see you next week.
See you guys.